So here we are, live on Twitch, and we're live on Shooter's Pool, and we're watching Fluke playing Jorge Sanz, who I believe is one of the game developers, and I'll just tell them that they're just let them know that I'm streaming them live. Right, let's switch cameras. We've gone too far there, we've gone behind a wall. Oh, we'll get a dartboard up in the corner as well. I haven't even looked to see what game it is they're playing. I presume it's 9-ball. It looks like 9-ball. I see 9 balls at the top of the screen. Just a race to 3. Fluke's up 1-0. And now why did he play the 6 ball there? Or did I miss something? Well, I've got a sneaking suspicion that we are out of sync. No, just a foul. Maybe they're testing something. I'm wondering whether I am out of synchronization here because well, this is the first time this has happened because I'm looking at them playing, but it looks as if I've gone out of sync. Right, I'm going to do a quick exit. Shh. Quick exit. And then we'll rejoin. see if that fixes it. Yeah, we're back in working order now. Right, so it's still 1-0 to Fluke. I'm just having a look to check the quality of the stream, and that looks pretty good. Right, that's enough of the chit chat. So Fluke's up 2-0, plays a safety, doesn't get the cover though. I'm looking to see how long the time delay is. Probably about, I think it's probably about 5 or 6 seconds from watching live play to it actually going onto the stream channel. The stream quality is looking pretty good, and my little logo scrolling up at the middle of the screen there, and my little logo in the bottom right hand corner looks good as well. And once I get used to this program, I'll be able to maybe tweak it a bit more, but it seems to be doing quite well. So we've got Jorge hooked behind the 3, looking for a kick out here. I'll just switch cameras. Now I think you got a fluke there. Looks like it, but no real shot in the 2-ball. Now where's the free camera? This is a free camera, so I can scroll around the table, but if you go out too far you'll go behind the wall, so That's one reason to take the backgrounds off in the game. But I prefer to have the backgrounds on. It adds a wee bit more to the atmosphere rather than just a bland black room. Well, this time Jose's not got it safe. But at that distance it's very difficult to get enough power into the cue ball to get back up for the 3, so you could look for a safety here. Maybe edge off the left hand side of the 3 as we look and try and bring the cue ball up with the 4 and the 5. But he needs to get this 3 thin. But he's chose to just bank it up. Now, is he going to get cover? Well, I think that 3 ball just squeezes past the 4. And then again, yeah, it's tight. It will go though, but it's very tight. And he tried a little billiard off the 3 onto the 4. Got the 3 too thick. And while we're here, let's have a look. Well, there's Fast Eddie is waiting in the queue. Excuse me, Fast Eddie is in the room as a player, although Jorge and Fluke are highlighted in green in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. And although you probably can't see them for my logo, but they are. And Fast Eddie's greyed out, so he's a waiting player, and I am listed as a spectator. And this one's gone awry. The table's now opened up. Jorge's got a chance to run out here. Let's see what he can do. Now, I'm sure it's Jorge you pronounce it. It's not Georgie. I'm assuming it's Jorge. Although I'm not so sure about his surname. I think it's Sans. Maybe Signs. Maybe something like that. Now he needs to get out behind this 5 ball. So he's chosen the easy option. He's drawn it out and he's slowed up enough. And just a kill shot here, or he can just soft roll through. But he needs to get the cue ball a little angle so he can get out for this 7 ball. And he's left the angle, so the natural path of the cue ball would be to stun off the top rail as we look and just come down to the middle of the table for the 7 ball. He needs to make sure he's got enough on it though to get the cue ball up. And he's hit that soft. So now doing that means that he's playing from a distance and the cue ball's having to run. So now he's got no guarantee that he can get good position in this 9 ball. And this is when you want to keep things tight. So now he's scratched. Well, almost. You can see the reflections off the side of that table there. And that's why he missed there. Didn't get good position, and he's just teed it up for Fluke, who's going to win the match by 3 racks to 0. And I wonder if Fluke will stay here, because no, it's now going to be Fast Eddie and Jorge. I don't know whether the 2 of them are going to play. Now we're going to have the lag if they're going to play. And it looks as if... Now what's happening? Right, Jorge has quit. And Fluke is now out as a spectator. And all that's left in is Fast Eddie on his own. Right, so now I think we've got a game. So we're going to see how the lag works in this game. And the lag in this game is individual lag. You see the two balls, but you'll only see one player lagging. So he'll lag first. And I think that was Fluke that's lagged. And not a bad effort. And now we will see, or we should see, Fast Eddie on the left hand side. And he's going to lag. And there might be a bit too much pace in that. Just a tad. So Fluke wins the lag and he's going to break off. Now, certainly a couple of balls have gone. How many's gone? 1, 2, 3. 3 balls gone and the 7 ball. And the one's gone safe, so now he can use the 6 and the 5 as a stopper so he can thin off the left edge. Well, he's just chosen to roll up. And that didn't get any cover. He had a good chance to get that cue ball up by the 9 and the 4 there. I don't know why he didn't play that and kept the distance. Because this 5 and 6 ball are now tied up, but they are set to this bottom left hand corner pocket as we look. Quite bright sunshine coming in that window behind the table there. Right, we'll now switch camera to the opposite end. That's going to nudge the 8 ball in as well. And that cue ball just needs to slow. Now, there's going to be a bit of action here because Eddie can thin the 2 ball and the cue ball's going to get into that 6 and 5. Well, I think he just decided, I presume he decided in safety there, but it's all gone wrong. I think Fluke can, let's have a look if we can get the right camera. We'll do that again. That's the one I want. There's plenty of room there to get past, but you can see that the 4 ball doesn't go past the 9. Now if he can get the cue ball into the middle of the table, he could play a billiard off the 4, but well, we're going to get a bit tactical here, but that's gone wrong as well because he hasn't got cover. Eddie can cut that back into the pocket, and if he just gets the cue ball somewhere in the middle of the table, he could play the billiard. Now the cue ball's coming round. He's going to have a chance here. It needs to slow though. Needs to slow up. I think he can still do it, but he's got to get this 4 ball very, very thin to try and nudge onto the 9 with the cue ball. He might get the double kiss here. There's more than likely that's going to happen. No, he got away with it. So, Fast Eddie up by 1 rack to 0 and breaking off in rack number 2. Well, he's come up dry and he's left nothing on for Fluke but the option of either a kick or a push out. I think he's going to push down to the bottom right hand corner here. Well, that's not going to end up too good for him. I thought he'd maybe left the option of maybe a bank shot here. Let's see. Oh, the bank's definitely on. You hit it into the jaw. But now again, it's teed up here for Fluke. He just needs to work out how he's going to get this 2-ball now. It could end up in a 2-5 combo as well. That was well played. Had to be delicate. Now, there's only one thing that's bad about Twitch, and that's the fact that when you're setting up to do a broadcast, Twitch wants you to title your broadcast, and when you type in a game that they don't support, you cannot change the title. So, for example, last night's broadcast that I did was Friday Night 9-Ball on Virtual Pool 4. Now that's fine because Twitch has Virtual Pool 4 listed as a game, but unfortunately Shooters Pool, being as it's in beta testing, it's not a listed game, and they don't allow you to manually override it. At least I haven't found a way of doing it. Every time you type in the title of the broadcast as Shooters Pool, it tells you type in a game that it recognises. So in the end I just left it as it is. But what I can do is after the broadcast done, the actual recorded broadcast, I can edit the title then, which is a bit silly. But anybody who looks at the bottom of the screen on the live broadcast can see that it's Shooters Pool that we are watching and not Virtual Pool 4. No more clues needed. And we've got notifications in the bottom of the screen there as well, of tournaments that are about to go live. I don't know whether there's enough players in that tournament or whether there's any online, but there's a 9-ball tournament that should have started a minute or two ago. It might be cancelled. So Fluke, well, he's again sort of chickened out in that one. He needed to run through a wee bit more, but he's got to hit this with enough pace to get the 8-ball in. And the problem with doing that is that the cue ball's going to run a bit, so he's putting a bit of drag on it to try and kill the pace. And again, when you start putting stuff on the cue ball, you start affecting the path of the cue ball, and he might have got away with that. Let's have a look. No, he hasn't. There's plenty of room. So here's a chance for Eddie to get himself off the mark here. Again, have a look at the corner brasses on the table. You can see them gleaming, and the nice soft reflections off the rails of the table as well. And that's a simple enough straight roll into the middle. And we're actually playing on, it certainly looks like tighter pockets in this table. And 1 ball's going into the right middle, 8 balls going into the bottom right hand corner. And once again though, cue ball's hooked behind the 5-ball. So the only option is the kick or the push. And he's gone for the push out. And I would suggest not the best of push outs, because Fast Eddie will be looking to line up a 2-6 combo here, I would expect. But then it looks as if he's maybe not. Difficult to say what he's thinking here. Is he trying to edge the 2? No, he's pushing it around the corner. Well, this time, well, that looks extremely tight. But I think that 2 ball goes past the 7. Well, Fluke's tried to do the wiser thing and play the safety, and he's got it. Now, has he got the cue ball stuck behind the 6 as well? Stop this table rotating. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Well, I think Eddie thought he could get past the 6 here, but clearly he couldn't. Well, Fluke's trailing 2-0. He needs to run this rack out here. And I would assume that at the end of this match that both players are going to quit and go and get dinner or something. And when that happens, we'll finish the broadcast. Just a short broadcast. It's mostly to test the new software I'm using, which the name has just totally gone out of my head. It's called Game something. It's not Game Shadow, is it? I can't think what it's called. But it seems to work pretty well. Now he needs to go past that 9 ball. And has he done it? Oh yeah, plenty of room. Plenty of room to get onto the 7. Now, how's his luck here? Well, that'll do. So, Fluke gets a score on the board. He's now trailing by 2 racks to 1. And it must be alternate break because the break's passed over to Eddie. That was a bad one. Took his eye right off that one. I think he was more focused on what he was trying to do with the cue ball to get a shot on this too. Not that he was going to be able to pot it, but just to get a sighter on the 2 ball. It's in a very untidy position. And Eddie's got the same problem. The cue ball just needs to slow up here. Well, at least he can see the 2. He can't pot it, but he can certainly see it, and he can get a good safety out of this. Well, he could get to it. Well, he could get the potting angle, he just didn't hit it. And that's the problem with not having the camera right behind the player there. It didn't look as if he could see the potting angle in that 2 ball. Fluke's played that well. Now, he has an angle. He can draw this cue ball. He doesn't want to draw it too much, but he wants to just nudge that 9 ball and push the 4 into play here. Even if he brushes off the 5, he might... Well, he's hit the 5 full in the face. And the 5's pushed him back behind the 9 ball. I think he can just see the edge of the 4. This is tough, tight against the rail. He's played that well. Again, cue ball just needs to keep going, and that looks good. Now, you should be able to just drop this in and stay there for the 7. Just a nice gentle touch. So this is Eddie's chance to seal the match here. But now he's going to be playing this 8 ball from distance, and not only that, he's going to be playing it right down on that rail. So he's now looking down on the shot, and that doubles the difficulty of this pot. And the chances are he's going to be running through to try and take this 9 ball into the right middle pocket. And that looks pretty good. I think he's just gone a wee bit more than he would like. So it's a little cut across. He's not looking directly at the pocket. Oh, he's gone for it long, and he's overcut it. And this is going to be a fairly easy one here for Fluke to tie the match up. 2 racks all. So in it goes. Now, who's going to break now? Oh, it's gone to Fluke this time. 1 ball goes in, 8 ball goes in, 7 ball goes in, 6 ball almost went in. But again, he's got no shot in the 2. And he's going to thin this, try and hide it behind the 9, take the cue ball down to this right hand corner. And he hit that a bit too hard, and the cue ball's nudged out off the 6. So I wonder if Eddie can get to that too. No, he can't. He can't see it to pot it. Well, he needed something to stop the 2 ball there. But even then, I think that Fluke can see this too. Let's just move the camera. Oh, aye. Well out in the open. Now those little beeping noises, in case you don't know, that's the shot clock. And the shot clock timer's on the left hand side of the screen when the player's at the table. Now you can see it counting down. was a good attempt. So now Fluke's got the chance to nudge this 2 in, get the cue ball off the rail and out for the 3. Should be fairly straightforward. Nice little kill shot, killed the cue ball dead, and he probably just do something similar here in this 4 ball because he wants to try and get straight on this 5 so he can just roll in towards the right hand rail and leave that 6 ball up past the 9 ball. So nothing elaborate required here, just a little roll through, and he looks as if he's got a slight angle, so well, he would have liked to go another inch or 2 there. I think this cue ball's going to be popping over to the left hand side of the table, and he's going to leave the 9 ball a little bit more difficult. So he's again played a kill shot, and that was a good execution. And so Fluke, well, barring an almighty accident, is going to nudge the 9 ball in, and he wins the match by 3 racks to 2. And with that, we will conclude our little broadcast of the Shooters Pool beta.